Good day, dear friends. And this is the course, Antidepressant, Part Mark 4, Causes of Depression. In this video, we will examine the main causes that lead to a state of depression. There are endogenous causes and there are exogenous ones. So, endogenous causes are internal reasons, genetic spread, predisposition, hormonal changes during adolescence, postpartum, and menopausal states. In diseases of the central nervous system due to brain damage and the consequences of diseases, for example, Alzheimer's or after a traumatic brain injury. There are exogenous causes. Well, actually, these are the reasons for 90% of people, the population, who experience depression at the present moment. I think that if you are watching this course, most likely you also have exogenous auto causes. What are these? These are life tragedies, separation from a loved one, divorce, infidelity, illnesses, the death of a close person, severe or prolonged illness, disability, tragedy in professional activities, job loss, business collapse, economic crisis, loss of a project, conflicts with colleagues or management, retirement, loss of life's meaning. Or, after achieving a certain goal, you reach it and then there's emptiness, no further goals. Experienced physical or psychological violence. Separate reasons. I would like to highlight the side effects from taking medications and drugs, antipsychotics, or IA, side effects from alcohol consumption, narcotic substances, perhaps. But there is also, I would classify all of the above not as causes, but as triggers. It is they that trigger depression. And the main reason lies in the experience of reacting, specifically reacting meaning, before the influence of the aforementioned factors you were already familiar with the state of sadness, apathy, despondency. And the common signs of depression, which we studied with you in previous videos, and the triggering situations initiated this state. If you are convinced that depression is an illness and it needs to be treated with antidepressants, then that is merely your personal opinion. So, if you believe that depression is an illness and it needs to be treated with medication, first read about the consequences of taking pharmaceutical drugs, which are available on the internet. So, the classical understanding of depression is the norm, but I am against such a template. And I'm not asking you to take my word for it. Look at the facts and evidence. Children under 2-3 years old are neither in a state of depression, nor apathy, nor sadness. They learn this from adults. People, they never stay sad for months, nor do they fall into depression. But children older than 3 years can already show their displeasure, pout, get offended, and in this way manipulate adults. And it goes further. In the teenage years, a person increasingly engages in these states of manipulation. And then, since your brain has devised to react in this particular way, the state of dissatisfaction, apathy, sadness is triggered by anything, by any reason from the outside on what you actually have failed at for some reasons. So we understand that the skill of depression, you have practiced it thousands and thousands of times, like the skill of walking, talking, dressing, chewing, and so on and so on. If your depression started after a specific event, but it is key, then the question of why it is happening now is already a question for you. With the help of depression, you gain primary and secondary benefits. First, you receive attention, support, care as it seems to your brain. Even if you do not receive it, you still react in this way. And the secondary benefit is that you simply shut down and avoid moving forward. Because to overcome this state, effort is needed. You need to work on yourself and the brain. It is lazy. It doesn't want to make an effort or work on itself. So, we understand that the cause of depression is only your experience. Only your experience. We are not considering endogenous causes. If you understand the onset of your depression, that is 100% a success of you coming out of it. In fact, my clients with whom I work, who come out of a state of depression in 2 to 3 sessions, understand the essence of depression, and on average, after about 10 sessions, the person comes out of depression. Almost everyone believes that their case is unique. Alas, but this is, of course, incorrect. Just like the uniqueness of the person themselves. In essence, we are all built the same way. We have arms, legs, a head, a torso. The only difference is in some structural differences, in differences in the psyche, how quickly or slowly it reacts. And to get rid of depression, you need to get rid of the habit of sinking into depression. And this, we will be able to do together in this course. So, the next part is about the meaning of life.